Welcome back to BBC World News Today with David Eads and me, Tim Wilcox. Let's return to the award of the Nobel Peace Prize to President Obama. It's been a controversial award. Many have said that the president hasn't been in office for long enough to have been recognised in this way.
He might even acknowledge that himself. But one such person is Professor Howard Galtung, who's the founder of the International Peace Research Institute, and he now runs the network Transcend. He's been talking to our World Affairs correspondent, Mike Woolridge.
Why are you opposed to President Obama getting the Nobel Peace Prize?
It's only rhetoric, no deeds. And in addition to that, the Nobel Testament states very clearly that the Nobel Prize winner should contribute to understanding among nations, reduction of standing armies, and holding of peace conferences. He has done nothing of that. He is in fact extremely, I would even say, to the right of Bush in the way he is treating Palestine, Iraq, Iran, Pakistan and Afghanistan. Not because he's a right-winger, but because he's more active than the more lazy Bush, I would say. So he's far away from any other criteria, and you cannot possibly rely upon words. There have to be some deeds. But surely President Obama's spoken up for multilateral diplomacy, and he's also called for a nuclear weapons-free world. Doesn't that sort of thing qualify him for the Nobel Peace Prize? Well, there are two things that the committee stands on. Now, multilateral does not mean United Nations in his case. His policy is very similar to Bush's, actually. A kind of lecturing and teaching of naughty boys type of policy. Multilateral means consultation with NATO allies and other allies. And of course he has a lot of them. There are 44 in the coalition in Afghanistan. So he is not doing it all alone, the way Bush did, that is true. But this is multilateral within West only. And as to the nuclear thing, you heard that one before. Reagan also declared that he was in favor of a nuclear-free world, so did Gorbachev. That Obama does it is nothing particularly new, and the method they have is the wrong one. He could have accepted the invitation to go to Hiroshima when he was in Japan. He could have apologized. He could have been exposed to it and let himself be exposed to this. His rhetoric is beautiful. No American president has ever talked like that. It's far beyond Kennedy, for instance. And he could, which is important, done it the unilateral way. 10%, just cut off 10%, inviting the Russians to follow. Instead, we will have multilateral boring negotiations.
But surely there's a sense, isn't there, in which the Nobel Committee has given this as a prize for encouragement as much as for deeds actually achieved.
That argument can be made. It was given as an encouragement, for instance, to the Israeli leaders. We see afterwards how much they were encouraged by it. But there are very strong forces in the US, and they are all against whatever he goes for, including the famous Blue Dogs, the right-wing Democrats. He doesn't even have command over his own party. So it's unrealistic, the whole prize. I don't accuse in any way Obama of being tricky. I think more he's a little bit naive.
So who would you have awarded the Nobel Peace Prize to this year? Or is your target the prize itself?
One candidate that I think would be a very strong one would be the Spanish Prime Minister Zapatero. He was exposed to something similar, what they call 11M, the 11th of March 2004, the terrorist, horrible attack at Atocha railway station in Madrid. What did he do? He pulled the troops out of Iraq in order not to kill more Muslims. He traveled himself to the king of Rabat. He didn't bomb Rabat when it was clear that Moroccans were involved. He legitimized close to 500,000, more or less illegal, Moroccan immigrant workers, provided they had found some job, and they had found some job. And he organized the Alliance of Civilizations with the Turkish Prime Minister. Brilliant. Brilliant. Bush did nothing of that type after 9/11, nor did Obama, nor does he do today.
Professor Howard Galtung, founder of the International Peace Research Institute, speaking to Mike Woolridge there.